We're talking with University of Detroit Mercy's head men's lacrosse coach, Chris Cullen, coming off, I think, a relatively difficult loss here on home in Utah. Chris, what was the final? 24-12?
Something like that. A lot to a little.
We got Robert Morris, but I just want to talk briefly coming back to the game, the Utah game. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it's a tough loss. How do you rebound from a loss where a team puts 69 shots on your goalie?
Well, I think we were prepared for it. The kids were prepared for it. We knew they were going to shoot that much. We knew that was going to happen. I think we did an okay, so that's going to happen. So I think kids are pretty resilient, so they can move on from it because it kind of all happened the way we said it was going to happen. Some things that we wanted to roll our way did not happen, but I think the best way to get over it is the fact that, hey guys, we told you this was going to happen. It happened. So now we got to move on to the next game. And this is what's going to happen in the next game. This is how we're going to try to counter it. And hopefully what we try to do to counter it works this time.
You sort of came back first half. You went into a 3-3 zone a couple different times.
Yeah.
And a number of times because of the way they move the ball, which is to me just absolute chaos and a sort of run and gun.
Yes.
Your goalie made some nice outside saves, which is what your 3-3 is trying to accomplish.
Yep.
And you abandoned that. Was there a particular reason?
Well, part of the game plan was based on our personnel. So, and again, we were trying to keep them thinking and trying to hope that they would make some bad passes, some bad shots, right? Which they did, which they always do. So part of the reasons why they had so many shots is because we were switching back and forth between things. And I thought the kids did a pretty good job of that as from a game plan standpoint. But they, and we knew, it's with Utah and moving forward to Robert Morris, they're going to get some of those, right? So you have to weather most of the storm and you have to realize that sometimes you're going to give up a few because, the chaos piece, they'll 4-on-6, if they'll shoot 4-on-6, they'll shoot 3-on-6, they'll shoot 6-on-6. They credit to how they play their game and the level of cardio and their commitment to who they are as a team.
One of the statistics, if you look down the stat sheet, you're about 32% faceoffs. I think that's got to be one of those critical mass kinds of stats that you look at. And you may not be able to fix it this year. That's something you recognize that you're already going in 7 out of 10 times. You're losing the ball. That makes it tough at D1.
Yeah, it's a huge problem. It's something we've been trying to address all year, and we're going to keep trying to be creative with it and find a solution for now. And obviously recruiting in the future is the solution. We got caught in a pretty weird situation with kids leaving the school last year, and it put us behind. So we're dealing with that, and we're going to keep at it and do the best we can.
This is a hard question to ask, but you're 0-6. Is it even something you think about? At some point, you have to have some success. Right.
Yeah, I mean, these kids are resilient. I can tell you, even after the game, I told them, they executed a game plan. We didn't have as many horses as they did. We obviously their face-off, credit to that kid. He's one of the best I've seen as a face-off to an offensive type player, strong and got stronger throughout the game. We did an okay job on offense, executing a plan. We did an okay job on defense. We just got beat in the middle of the field. So we got to fix that. The kids know it. The kids know that they executed some stuff right. I told them, what you got to do, I think, as a coach in this standpoint is I told them, with the game coming Wednesday, don't take it emotionally. Give it to me. If anybody complains, just tell them I'm bad. I told them the loss is on me. It's not on them. We didn't have a complete game plan. We had some of it right. And we're just going to have to grow and do a better thing. But ultimately at this point, it's on me. Right. So, I told the kids to take it and give it to me. If anybody says, why'd we lose? Say it's Coach Golan's fault, and we'll just keep moving forward.
Chris, you're a player's coach, and you can take so much. The body only allows for so much agony to come inside. You use music a lot. You're a bass player in a band. I got to think that when you go on Sundays or whenever you practice, I think it's on Sunday nights, that's got to be a relief to you to some extent. Get out of the house and just sort of kind of chill.
Yeah, and thank God the other guys like punk rock too. So we played some pretty aggressive it was a Ramon Sunday for the band last night. So thank God they know during the spring. Sometimes I need to pick the set list of what we're playing and what we're practicing. So yeah, it was a pretty awesome Sunday.
I only mention it because I want to see you smile a little bit. I want to see that there's an outlet so that people that are close to the program don't think you're going to explode at some point.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Again, I'm lucky enough in my brain to compartmentalize a lot of stuff. And again, I losing's for me, winning's for them. I just, I really want these kids to have some success. I know they're great kids. I know they try really hard and they can be pretty good lacrosse players at time. We have not put together a full game yet. So I just want them to do that. I want them to feel some success. So, losing's one thing and I can take it, but you want to see them be successful.
I thought your goalie facing 69 shots. I think he had some brilliant saves. He really did.
Yeah, I mean, we got some pretty good goalies here, and Jacobs, he had some tremendous saves and he can put us in a really good situation a lot of times. So, for for the first half, he put us where we needed to be, and I think the dam broke a little bit in the middle of the third, and we just can't allow that to happen. Moving forward.
Let's put Utah in the rearview mirror. Robert Morse coming in this week. You also have a long bus ride to Queens, back to South Carolina. So, what can we expect from Robert Morris?
Robert Morris is a lot like, I mean, Coach McMichael's done a really good job of cleaning up, of putting a little bit of his style while maintaining the heritage that Coach McMahon had being at Robert Morris for a long time. So he's done a really nice job kind of massaging that situation. They're a lot, Utah and Robert Morris are, they're almost the same. Robert Morris was our conference champion last year. So they've had a lot of success. They do a lot of the chaos stuff, a lot of the same things you're going to see offensively. I think they had 4 or 5, I think it might be 4 goals off the top of my head. Watching the film this morning, 4 long pole goals. I mean, their long poles have just as good a stick skills as their short poles. I mean, they'll push off a ground ball, and it's going to be interesting to see. So we saw it on Saturday. We're going to see it again on Wednesday.
Robert Morris beat Utah last year in the ASUN final. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense from that standpoint. And then Queens, brand new team in the league. You can take the long bus ride. You're obviously experts at that now, knowing how to
yeah,
those long
we
bus
hope
trips.
to be. As much as you can be. The kids, the kids. I give them a lot of credit for the way they handled bus rides.
Long bus rides don't exactly hurt, though. At least you get some camaraderie. You spend time with your teammates. That builds culture.
Yeah, I mean, again, these kids, I can't say a bad thing about any of them, top to bottom. They're if you had a daughter, they'd be great. Great. You want your daughter to marry every single one of them. They're great. They're all great guys, and they work really hard at this lacrosse thing. So we want that to continue, and we want them to see some success.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck at Robert Morris. We'll pick that one up on Wednesday, and then obviously a long trip to Queens. We'll pick this back up next Monday, and hopefully we come home with a couple of victories. And appreciate your time.
Thanks so much.